Fifth Business by Robertson, Davies. This is a book off the top 1000 list, 1000 Books to Read Before You Die by James Mustick. I had never heard of it or the author before reading this, but we have several books by this author at the bookstore, and the bookstore owner said he really likes this author and this book series. It's actually part of a trilogy. So I didn't know anything about it whatsoever when I began reading it, and not like immediately at first, but gradually as I read, 10 pages into the book or whatever, 15, 20 pages into the book, I was thinking, this is a pretty decent writer. I think his writing is fairly good. It was a little bit dry, wordy, whatever, but I mean, it was fine. Kind of a book where it's like, yeah, from a writing standpoint, I think it's pretty good, but in terms of like the actual story, wanting me to keep reading more, it was kind of like, meh. I read 5 pages, I read 10 pages, I'm good enough for a while. But anyway, since the bookstore owner really likes this book, I was giving it a lot more patience. I was really trying to like it and get into it. And anyway, somewhere around like 70 pages in or something, which is, the book is somewhere around 250 pages, so I don't know how much that is. It's somewhere close to like a quarter into the book. I was just not really caring about it. I wasn't caring like what would happen next. I wasn't really caring much about the character. I didn't understand like what is this book even really about? What would the trilogy be about? And I looked it up, and basically the trilogy is kind of like it follows 3 main characters, some of them who like reappear in the book, but it's not like the whole series is from the one character's perspective or whatever. So it's kind of like 3 connected novels kind of is what the trilogy is. And anyway, I just didn't really find it worth reading more, even though I liked parts of the writing, and I thought some of what was happening was interesting, but the whole was not interesting. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, if you look at each individual part, they were interesting, but when you combine them together, they were boring. So after like 70 pages, I just kind of decided, I'm just not interested in this book. I don't really care. I'm not enjoying reading it. It's a task to pick it up. I keep waiting for something to happen, and I'm pretty much know at this point nothing will. And so at that point, I just decided, it's just time to DNF this book. So my conclusion for the book kind of is that I think there's potential in it. I see that the writer has some talent, but exactly what he was going for in this novel or in this series, it just wasn't really for me. So personally, I would probably give it just a standard 2-star rating, but I think to the right reader, I could see why people would like this, but I just don't exactly know who that target reader would be. So kind of my suggestion would be like, if you happen to see this book and you don't know what else to get, sure, I'd recommend picking it up and trying it for yourself. Maybe you'll like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend like everyone go out and read this book. So 2 stars for